plane. All right, I started the recording. I just found out Harbaugh is not the coach 30 seconds ago from Schefter, so yeah. So I'm back on the Raheem Morris train. That's what I wanted weeks and weeks ago before I even thought Harbaugh had a shot. So I'm happy with it, actually.
That's who was going to be your pick, Raheem Morris.
Mm-hmm.
You sure about that, though, after what he did with the Bucks? I thought he was an offensive guy, but he's the defensive coordinator.
Well, and that's kind of what I like about him is the fact that he's been the offensive coordinator as well as on the defense. So you kind of have that was kind of the draw to me for Harbaugh is his understanding of both sides of the ball. You know, I think that really helps with the game plan. It allows you to be a part of the whole team.
Okay.
So I think, you know, it's going to still come down to some of the coordinators now. That was another reason I wanted Harbaugh was because I knew some of the coordinator connections that he had where he could have brought, you know, some Vic Fangio or somebody in on defense. But
Gotcha.
We'll see where we're at now, man. We still figuring it out.
Yeah, that's for the upcoming season. Just
about
this past season, it's crazy.
Yeah, right.
Crazy past season.
Definitely was a crazy season. So we should cover some of these picks, right? Who you got for the? I'll start it out. We'll go with the Super Bowl. Who you got for the Super Bowl? Wait, should we take a step back? Who's gonna win the Pro Bowl? Who the fuck cares? Who gonna win the Super Bowl?
Wait. For the Pro Bowl, do they do AFC, NFC, or do they do the like what the NBA does, where
they
like
draft
Team Dion versus Team Michael Irvin? I think they did that one season. I mean, I don't know how they do it anymore, so I don't know. The Pro Bowl is nothing but offense anyway. They don't. It's like you might as well just make it a flag football game. Mm-hmm. You can't even go in. You have to stay in a 4-3 base. You can't blitz the quarterback. Like there's so many restrictions in the Pro Bowl.
I'm gonna call it now then. MVP Kirk, Pro Bowl.
That's the only way he's gonna get an MVP.
I mean,
because you're gonna
whatever.
have him play the second half of
the yeah. And ain't no one can hit him, so he all right. He gonna be comfortable, so he gonna be out there blazing cats. So I'm gonna go with that. That's gonna be my first pick.
All right.
All right.
About all that. Anyway, Super Bowl. First off, you heard me say this on Sunday. The Bengals are in the fucking Super Bowl.
And Burrow's the truth.
The Super Bowl, yeah, Burrow, Joe Burr. That's why I heard his new name, Joe Burr. It's cold. He's iced.
Man, y'all gonna have a hard time. I don't know. The last person they call iced ended up being trash after his first couple of little runs. Talking about you, Maddie.
Yeah, I mean,
hey,
they were throwing so many nicknames for him on Monday that I was listening to. Someone even tweeted out, nicknamed him the Tiger King.
I like that.
LSU Tigers and then the Bengals.
I like that.
I don't know if he wants to be linked to Joe Exotic, but
we won't say that yet. We'll leave that alone.
That's just crazy. That was crazy. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. I don't think it.
Yeah, you're gonna have a long. You guys look like y'all about to end. You guys are feeling like the Packers a little bit. Y'all about to enter the twilight zone in a second, trying to replace these Hall of Famers.
We've hit a rebuild before during this era with Ben in there too, so I'm confident. I
think
they're gonna be okay. Maybe 1-2 years, maybe
a little rough road for a second.
Road, sub 500, maybe possibly. But man, when you got Mike Tomlin as that type of coach that can motivate some of these guys.
I don't know, man.
Let me say some of these guys.
With the news out, with how quick they getting rid of black coaches, it's a good thing Tomlin didn't get fired this year. If they didn't make that playoff run, and they may have dumped him because it was rumbled.
I don't think so. One.
Dude, they fire every black coach they can, every chance they can.
Hold on. One,
except for the Steelers.
What's the name of the rule?
The Rooney Rule. I know why they did it, and I know who they did. Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh, for one, is not going to be like, this is what we're going to do. Second.
No, they'll use that as a defense. He's the longest tenured coach.
Right.
So, I mean, how can...
But he's got the record to prove it. I mean, I would say he's the exception to the rule. In the case of not getting the short end of the stick or the short leash. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Steelers saw what they had and what they're doing and what they were going with, and he fit the mold of what they got. I mean, look at what happened. I mean, let me ask you this: how many coaches have the Vikings had in the past 40 years.
We talking head coaches or
Head
interim coaches?
Head coaches.
I mean, but
if you have to throw in an interim, then that just kind of answers a little bit of my question there.
My argument would be every one of them should have been fired except for Denny Green, in my opinion.
Denny Green, okay. Compared to the Steelers, who have had 3 coaches since the 60s.
I mean, but that shit some teams are lucky like that. Just like the Packers had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back. I mean, shit, that's how it works out sometimes, right?
Right. That's my only argument in that part.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, my Super Bowl pick I was going to talk about anyway. Yeah, Bengals to the Super Bowl against the Rams. I said it last season when it was the Buccaneers against the Chiefs. I think when it comes to the Super Bowl and the playoffs, it's the team with the best defense. I think the Rams have the best defense in the fact of the defensive line with Aaron Donald compared to the offensive line that the Bengals have, where they allow 9 sacks a game.
Yep.
I think that's going to be the difference maker right there. Too much pressure on Burrow on that. You got Jalen Ramsey that's going to be taking away Jamar Chase at some point there too.
Take it. Huh.
Okay. Jalen Ramsey covering Jamar Chase. I mean, you still got T. Higgins and Boyd. You still got Mixon.
Yeah.
And I mean, Chase might still break off on some of his stuff too, which we'll get into on that later. But anyway, Rams. What I really wish would happen is that a COVID mandate is implemented in which nobody can play or have to go to the stadium, in which they're just going to be determined no Super Bowl winner for the season.
Yeah.
The Steelers coming in and make money.
I got a feeling I want the Bengals to win, but I think the Rams are going to win.
Got a score prediction? Well, let me let you elaborate on your pick, but at the end, if you score prediction.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in agreement with you. I think their defense is going to be a little too much for Cincinnati. I don't know. I think it'll be a good game. I've been having this feeling like the league feels so rigged lately. Like there's so many bad calls and missed calls. And honestly, this sounds like the Stafford. I mean, did you see when they won that game? They acted like it was the Cinderella story already with Stafford going to LA. So that's why I think the Rams gonna win no matter what. And why? And then I'll pick the Bengals because I have a feeling they're not going to. But I'm still gonna pick them because I want them to win. I want Joe Burr to get his ring already.
Get Burr.
Yeah, let's get that AFC rivalry going. Him and Mahomes. I can't wait to see it for a while. It should be fun. That was a big win for that boy.
It was a big win for that city.
Man, they said something. The text message one. Did you see that?
I didn't see the text message. This is how rare it is for Cincinnati to have winners.
That shit's over now, man. You might as well just stop saying that shit because it's over. They got a Hall of Fame quarterback.
The city school system closed the schools for the Monday after the Super Bowl. So the kids don't have to go to school. They are like, forget education.
I mean,
we're celebrating this Super Bowl game.
Have you been paying attention to the COVID the last 2 years? I don't think anyone give enough about what's another day, right?
I guess, but I the whole reason because the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, why not? That should be like a national holiday.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, when you only go 3 times in your history, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. That's my take.
What's your take on that one? Here we go! Kind of mid-season, early season. We did who we thought at that point in time would be our award winners. Now that the season is over, we're going to go ahead and jump into our end of the season award winners.
Yes, let's do it.
So let's jump off first with the rookies. Let's just get the rookies out of the way.
All right.
So offensive rookie of the year.
I went back and forth on this one. Najee, Jamar. So we're going to go with Chase. I ended up settling on Chase. He broke too many records. And Najee kind of fizzled out towards the end of the season, in my personal opinion. I don't know if it was, well, I mean, I was saying it all year. Eventually, them rookies hit that wall. And
Yeah.
And in reality, every running back pretty much hits that wall. It's not even really a rookie. It's just you can't take 300-400 touches a year. The bodies just can't do it. The players are too big, too strong. So great season by Najee. He's definitely the runner-up, but I'm going to give it to Jamar Chase.
Was it 381 touches, not one fumble?
Yeah, I mean, he
until
did.
The playoff game. But we'll never mind.
That don't count. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with. So go ahead. Who you got?
Well, I was, you know me, I was pushing Najee all season. Oh, man, Jamar Chase.
Oh, snap. I didn't see that coming.
I mean, those last 2 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that dude just broke off, and the other reason why I went with Jamar Chase over Najee was with Najee being a running back, he was more impacted having a weak offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, he kind of faded out there towards the end of the season. Jamar Chase, he had the luxury of Joe Burr just launching the ball and it was up to him to go out to reach and catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Najee, he's given the ball, he has to try to run through that line when the linebackers are already past the offensive line on him. So that's why I got to give it to Jamar. He broke the records. He pulled the.
That's my argument. That was my argument last year. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. Congrats, man. You got it. All right, so going on to the rookie of the year on the defensive side.
I mean, I think this is a no-brainer. Across the board. Just give it to that boy Parsons.
If he's up for the defensive player of the year
for the league, he definitely got the rookie in the bag. There's no one else you can really give it to. So,
not in my opinion. I mean, everyone else in comparison to Michael Parsons.
There was a linebacker or a D lineman that had a bunch of sacks that did pretty good too. But
the Giants one you were talking about that you liked early on?
I don't remember. Definitely drawing a blank. It's been a while, you guys.
It's been a minute.
But
life's been going on.
I'm still going to go with Parsons. He definitely made an impact for that defense over there.
As you said, like when we were joking about on the fantasy stuff, how I took Parsons off your team.
Mm-hmm.
But, you said it too. He was playing out of position early in the season, and they moved him.
Yep.
They moved him, and then all of a sudden, that dude was just a tackling machine.
Yeah, so when I let him go, he was playing linebacker to start. They had moved him to defensive end, and he had like 2 statistically pretty bad games. The bye week hit me early, and then out of the bye, they put him back at linebacker, and then he decided to show what the hell he was. Yeah, so it's a loss, but it happens. We had a tight league. There wasn't a lot of open bench locations for me to put anybody, so unfortunately, we did lose him to Chavez, but helped him lose the championship per usual.
So how'd you do in the playoffs?
I beat the wife. That's all that fucking matters.
You beat her in the consolation round.
Hey, we'll take it.
Or was it the playoffs? No, the consolation round.
Yeah.
I missed it. Anyway.
I literally lost probably 14 players to IR this year, so it's definitely interesting. We're
going to do a public league coming up next season, so keep an eye out for it and
right on.
Compare with us and play against us on that one. See what goes.
All right.
And actually play other than certain player that finished last place that I know sometimes watches our videos.
That dude got last place.
Last place.
I don't think he won a game.
One game.
Oh, he won a game. Probably against me when I had somebody hurt, probably. Sounds about right. That's how my season went.
I think that was that one game.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Anyway,
early in the year before half his team goes out and he leaves them all on the end.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, so moving on down the line. Let's go ahead and go with comeback player of the year.
Comeback player of the year. So I'm going to throw a curveball, and I'm going to say it's Stafford. I don't care if he wasn't hurt. Everybody going to say Dak and all of that stuff. But what he was able to do, it's like he came back from his career. He got out of Detroit and's in the dance.
That was the thing, though. He got out of Detroit. That's where,
yeah, so it's almost like being hurt for your whole career. He finally free. That's how Odell out there dancing and shit. Like, man, a quarterback sees me when I'm open. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes, man. So I know it's unconventional, but Fuck it, it's my award. I'm going Stafford.
Stafford.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the one. But that coming back from that type of injury, 3 surgeries in the offseason. And I mean, granted, it is the NFC East and it's not the best, it's probably the worst division in football. But, I mean, you got to give it to Dak. He still produced. And all for a quick minute there, he was actually in the running for MVP, too.
Mm-hmm.
But, at least if anything, I'm going to give him at least comeback. That's still something.
Yeah, he came back and lost again.
Yeah, I mean.
It is what it is. Yeah, good job. How about them boys?
Yeah, right. All right, now on to some more good, interesting ones here. We go with Offensive Player of the Year. And your pick goes to...
The guy on the receiving end of the comeback player of the year, Cooper Kupp. Because, I mean, come on now. He putting up Calvin Johnson numbers.
Did he break any of the records?
I think he broke reception. He crushed receptions. He didn't get the yard. Nah. I think Kelvin got two. No, he got two. Yeah, I think he broke all the records. I think he had the trifecta. Yeah,
he was close. Yeah, he was up for the Triple Crown.
Yeah, I think that's what I think he ended up getting it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cooper Kupp for sure. I mean, you can't knock that boy's season. He's always open somehow. Always. Like, is it like reverse racism? Is it reverse bias? Do they be like? Because Steelers do that a lot too, where you just be like. I mean, they're a lot more athletic than they look. I don't know what you guys talking about. Turn around and he gone. Mm-hmm. He already 3 steps past you. He played tough, too. I was impressed with Kupp this last game. That was a big game for him against the Niners. So they finally got over that hump. Barely.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. For being
thanks to Garoppolo. What
like a slot guy, all right.
Every time. It's guaranteed. He finna do it. I was expecting Stafford to do it. I couldn't believe they dropped that pick.
But at the end there?
Mm-hmm. That was Garoppolo trying to get that way. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to agree. Cooper Kupp. I mean, you're not gonna have a wide receiver be MVP. Mm-hmm. You know, yeah, that's the next best thing that you can give him. So, yeah, definitely got to give it to Cooper Kupp on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
He killed them stats, man. Killed the Cardinals. Except for this first second game. Didn't do too much. Stafford used everybody else instead. All right. Anyway, moving on. We got the Defensive Player of the Year. Now, I think mine's going to be an obvious on that one, but let's definitely hear what you got on this one.
I'm going to go with what you expect. I mean, that sack record ain't no joke. That's tough to get up there. I mean, it's been up there for a long time. He broke it, right?
No, tied it.
He ended up just tying
it. They didn't give him the first sack.
Yeah.
They said because he abandoned the pass and it was considered a runner.
So in a way, I kind of do have a hard time giving it to TJ Watt. I'm going to give it to him because he did tie that record, so that's historic. But he missed a lot. I think he could have helped the team be in a lot better position than they were at the end of the year.
There too, he missed 2.5 games. Yeah, basically.
I almost would want to give it to Cam over him, but I'm just going with him because of the record. I'll give an honorary mention to Diggs, but he got burnt way too many times. But he's still making game-changing plays, so you can never knock the defense of interceptions and turnovers. So yeah. I always love to see that out of the secondary. So honorable mention for Diggs, but yeah, we'll get and co-honorary mentions between him and Cam,
right?
And then we'll give it to TJ.
Yeah, so I talked it up and down throughout the season that my pick was Cam Hayward. Just based off he was been there since the first snap. Mm-hmm. He's been that foundation, that pillar. Basically, I mean, even in the game against Baltimore, if you watched it, how he pulled Deontay Johnson back from an altercation to avoid a penalty so we can continue the drive of the game. Like, just his overall leadership, the intangibles, basically, is where I think Cam would be very deserving of it. But if you have to go by statistics, man, my boy Watt eats it up.
Yeah, definitely.
Up. And if he played every game, he could have probably had a 25, maybe 26 sack season. Possibly. I don't know. But we do know I do know for a fact he was the best defensive player this year. So that's my vote on that one.
Word.
All right. Now we go with MVP or coach. I'll let you pick this one.
We're gonna go with MVP.
Go with the MVP? All right.
Absolutely.
Who you got for MVP?
This is going to be a little unorthodox again, but I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah?
I think he's about to show us how awful that team actually is that they have up there. And as soon as he leaves, I think they like a 4-win team on a good day. On a good day. They about to be underneath
defense is not going to
Detroit.
keep them in any games?
Nah, because they all going to leave.
That's true.
They're all going to abandon ship. That thing's going down. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
The Packers are going to be the NFC Browns.
I'm so sick of the Packers. I'm tired of everyone bandwagon. Everywhere I go, I see a fucking Packers something or another.
Yeah.
Everybody. How many? And I'm telling you this. There are only like 2,000 people in Wisconsin. So where the fuck all these fans come from except for on bandwagons? And now they hate Rodgers or they love Rodgers because he's, so I'm just ready for the real shit show to begin. It's a coming. It's a coming because Jordan Love ain't the one. So, but we're going to give our last shout out to Rodgers on his way out the door.
Yeah.
He's probably going to go down to Tampa or somewhere and pick up a ring next year.
I think he's going to go to Denver.
I was thinking that too. Follow Hackett out there. But yeah, he might. It's viable. I could see. That's probably betting odds. That's probably the favorite is Denver just because you don't really want to keep somebody like that in your conference.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine that division? Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Derek Carr.
If Carr's still there.
If Carr's still there.
Yeah.
But Derek Carr under the mentorship and leadership of Josh McDaniels now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
So,
see. I don't know if I'm sold on
How
McDaniels.
that goes. I'm not sold on him either, but I mean, everyone's giving him the fair shot. He said he learned his lesson with the whole Denver fiasco, so let's see what happens on that part. But all right, so for my MVP, I'm gonna go with the guy that I was initially. You saw on my board here. I was gonna go Tom Brady. Let the man go out with an MVP, which is a possibility, very likely.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's probably going to definitely anyway go to Aaron Rodgers anyway. But my pick, and had their team made the playoffs, thank you, by the way, I think he would have showcased a lot more to be why he's the MVP. But I'm going to go running back Jonathan Taylor with the Colts.
Yeah, they bang up year. He was dominating this year.
I mean,
if
when you're running backs 58% of your offense, one player.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not better than Derrick Henry in my eyes. So,
but Derrick Henry didn't have. Now, if Derrick Henry had a full season,
right? Right.
I'd probably go that route there too.
But I mean, he had an extra game. He didn't get close to that 2,000 milestone.
No, he didn't. But I mean,
so it wasn't even a historic year for him. And you almost have to, as a running back, and he had an amazing year. I'm definitely not trying to shortchange Jonathan Taylor.
And you have to consider like the first 5-6 games he was sharing the workload with.
Didn't he get banged up a little bit too? Miss a few.
I think that's why that's why he was sharing the workload.
Yeah.
More so he was sharing the snaps initially, and then all of a sudden, I think Hines is the one who got beat up and he was out, and then Taylor ended up just taking it full time, and that's where he ran with it.
Gotcha.
But anyway, that's what I would say my vote would go for Jonathan Taylor. I think the dude deserves it. He had a hell of a year. Considering you always give it to a damn quarterback, and this dude made an impact and was recognized even in that mix there. So I think that, I don't know, my opinion, Jonathan Taylor.
All right, that works. On to the coach of the year.
Coach of the year, yeah. Who do you got on this one? Belichick? You're probably going to the floor.
I'm gonna go with Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor. Okay.
How he was able to turn around a deliberately tanking team to get Burrow to bounce back and be in a Super Bowl in a year. It's pretty damn amazing.
2 seasons ago, they only won 2 games. The next season, they won 4. Third season, they're in the Super Bowl.
Yep. So beautifully done. Got to give credit where credit's due. It's always the flash in the pants coaches that get the love. In the 4th and the 5th seed, or the 4th and the 4th seed are in the Super Bowl. So obviously them top teams wasn't doing all that.
Right. Floor, same thing on that. I know he was a heavy favorite. I'm actually going to go a little off on that there too. I'm not going off that route. I'm going Mike Vrabel from the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, he did have a good year.
Considering you lost King Henry,
considering
you lost your top 2 wide receivers,
and
then your quarterback is Tannehill.
Right.
The defense, you didn't have a top-notch defense either. They weren't very productive this season. And they ended up breaking off like what, a 6 to 8 game winning streak, something like that there.
Yeah, definitely at the end.
So,
but then they choked in the first game of the playoffs.
but just like you said, with all the top seeded teams, I mean, that's the thing part two. Then they ended up being the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they did.
So, I mean, with considering all the losses that you took, your key components to your offense completely gone for the second half of the season for the most part, you still ended up with the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he definitely did a great job. Not taking nothing away, so.
Hell of a coach. I think a good job there.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. Did we miss any? I think that's it, right?
That's all we got right there. That's what we have for the rewards. It's gonna be an interesting season, off season here. Like I said, free agency hasn't hit yet. Combine hasn't hit. This is very early.
Senior Bowl's just starting.
Senior Bowl, I think, is
this week. No, they've been practices are this week, so they've been practicing all week.
Okay, right.
Malik Willis out there showing them boys, so we'll see.
Same with Kenny Pickett. Hope he falls to us, but we'll talk a little bit more on that when we do a little early mock draft. But we'll touch on that there anyway. But good to be back here for a little bit. Come back after a bit of a hiatus. Again, life happens. We had some stuff to deal with and work through, and we just had some other priorities that we had to take care of and still working on. But you know what? We're glad to be back. We're glad to be talking a little football, even though our teams are out. We didn't talk about Ben retiring yet. We'll get into that later. But hell of a season, man. Hell of a season.
Yeah.
Next season when we come to our picks.
Look out for them. Yeah, look out for the mock drafts and stuff. We'll be diving into the draft soon enough. So
yeah, we'll definitely talk a little bit more too with our fantasy pick'ems and fantasy teams. We're gonna definitely reach out there and get a bit of a following, see if anyone wants to join up, compare their minds, see how they do against us, and allow you to talk shit if you can. If you can't, we're in a fantasy team. His wife beat it.
Whatever. Anyways, here we go.
Have a good one, y'all.
Here we go!